Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 9 a.m. HIIT class at Coco. I am Jen. Let's get warmed up and get going. All right, extend your arms out from your sides, standing on your feet, comfortably distance apart, and let's start moving our arms in those circles. Release all the tension that you're feeling in your neck, shoulders, and chest. All right, change directions as those circles get maybe just a little bit wider. Good. Nice and slow. Now let's move into giant circles. Opening up one arm at a time in a backstroke. Good, and then the other side. Good, don't force yourself into a position. Release into a position as you open up. Exhale through the sticky spots. Good, okay, now let's start warming up our lower body, hands on hips and hinge. Knees are softly bent, we're not squatting, we're working through our hamstrings and glutes, warming up our hips, our back sides before we squat. Our workout today, we have 9 circuits, we're gonna go through it. I'm calling it 90s at 9. Okay, it's 9 o'clock, 9 circuits, 90 seconds. Okay, so we have 90 seconds per circuit. First time through, each circuit has 1 to 2 exercises, okay? Just depends, all right? So the first circuit, we have prisoner squats into tricep dips. Now, as normal, we're gonna try and work through really small transitions, right? So my goal is we get through the first 3 circuits really without any transition time, okay? So we have prisoner squats to tricep dips, into plank ladders, kneeling shoulder presses. So you're gonna want some dumbbells close at hand for those kneeling shoulder presses. Then we're back to plank rotation. So that's the single exercise that you need dumbbells for. You do need a chair for your tricep dips unless you prefer to do them on the ground. Okay, so for this first round here, we're gonna go 30 seconds of the first exercise, 60 seconds of the second exercise. So prisoner squats, we got our hands at our ears. We're gonna go down to our knees and back up for 30 seconds, right into our dips for 60. Ready, steady, let's go. Okay, nicely done. Good. Down to the knees and then back up to the heels. Now let's switch legs. I did 5 on one leg. Let's do 5 with the other leading. Good, now you can choose to come all the way up to standing or stay in a demi squat. We got 5 seconds left and we're moving right to dips. Good, okay, dips for a minute. Find your chair. All right, ready, go. So, your legs are extended out onto the ground, held in parallel. Try to make them dead to the ground. I like my heels in, toes up. Good. After this, we're going to plank ladders. Nicely done. Keep your fanny close to the chair. 25 more seconds. You're getting a stretch through that front deltoid too. Be mindful, the further your fanny gets away from the chair, the more deep that gets. All right, 5 more seconds, then plank ladders. Good, find your high plank. All right, plank ladders. Hop, hop, and back. Hopping those feet up toward the hands and back. Good, tighten the core. Continue, there you go, 5 seconds. And then we have kneeling shoulder press. Last one. Good, grab those dumbbells. Kneeling shoulder press. Now you have a minute here. And I'm sure you're feeling it in your shoulders. Whew. I got to downgrade. You can do palms facing or palms out. Zip the rib cage as you press overhead. Now, the next exercise is plank rotations. 10 seconds. Good. Last repetition, dumbbells down. Plank rotations. High plank and rotate to side plank. As we rotate, we're trying to keep our core solid. Load that bottom lat. Good. For the last 30 seconds, we're gonna float that top leg off of the bottom leg into star. Okay. So we got 5 more seconds. Lateral leg lift, ready? Find your hot side plank and float that top leg. Woo! One more on each side. Good, nicely done. All right, nice first round. Okay, so we're going into our middle set for the first round. Okay, so again, a lot of body weight. Is some dumbbell stuff in the middle here. We're gonna start with prone work, prone breaststroke for 30 seconds. So if you had some really light dumbbells, you could incorporate that. But I'm gonna go no dumbbells. I'm gonna float my head and shoulders and legs off the ground as I swim for 30. Then we're gonna roll over and do starfish crunch, okay, for 60 seconds. Then we've got dumbbell work, okay, so have them handy. All right, you ready? It's a prone breaststroke. Let's get down onto our bellies, face down, contract the hamstrings to float the legs up. Head's floating, arms are floating, and go for 30, swim. Now the legs are stable, gaze is down. We're parting the waters, pulling from our back. Swim and swim. Work through that range of motion. Focus on stable hips, no rocking. Work through the back. Zip the rib cage. Good, now roll over. And we have starfish crunch. Good, so opposite hand to foot, rolling yourself one vertebrae at a time off the ground and touching the toe. Using that exhale to sink your transverse. Good. Nicely done. You got 15 more seconds. Good, and then we're gonna come to standing, last repetition. All right, good. Come to standing, reach for some heavy dumbbells. We've got bent over reverse rows. Ready, steady, and go for 30. Now for this, gaze down, don't gaze up, focus on the back. Draw the elbows up. Now you can do palms facing back or palms facing in. And then we have demi squat punches. Okay, so quick, lower dumbbells, ready, steady, go for 60. Punch in a demi squat, palms down for 15 seconds. And then we'll switch to palms facing. A lot of shoulder work today. All right, palms facing. Palms down. Good, continue. All right, and palms facing for the last 15. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're on our butts. We're gonna finish off this set with the 90-second boat pose with an overhead press. 2 dumbbells or 1 dumbbell. I'm gonna use 1. Back on my sacrum, legs floating for 90 seconds in press. So your legs should be in parallel. Spine should be neutral, not rounded. Whew. Nicely done. Good, keep it up. If your hip flexors get really tired, go ahead and lower your heels. Try and maintain your boat pose. Good work. Got 20 more seconds. Low belly, low belly. Keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Nice work. All right, so our third circuit, we have a curtsy lunge with a lateral raise, okay, followed by a split stance, alternating bicep curl. Okay, curtsy lunge, lateral raise. You might want 2 different sets of weights for this based on how your shoulders feel. All right, so curtsy lunge, lateral raise, split stance, alternating bicep curl. All right, you ready? Okay, for 30 seconds, curtsy lunge, lateral raise. Ready, steady, go. So curtsy lunge, lateral raise. Nice and stable. Exhale into your core. Working those glutes. Last one here. Split stance. Bicep curl, alternating. Ready, steady, go. So now your glutes are stabilizing your hips. And your bicep curl is working nice and smooth, short range of motion, even on the eccentric and concentric timing. All right, I'm at 30. I'm gonna change my split stance. Good work. Don't let your wrists bend. As your biceps get tired, your wrists start flexing. Keep it in your biceps. 3, 2, and 1. Feet together. All right, now we're in a dumbbell single leg RDL. All right, ready, steady. Let's go, single leg RDL. And alternate. Good. Ugh. I always throw this in toward the end of our workout, and we're only a third of the way in. Focus on that balance. One more on each leg. Good. All right, now we're gonna imagine that we have in our hands something really light, and we're gonna do hopping figure eights. All right, so we're passing it from hand to hand. So if you have a tennis ball, maybe you have a pair of socks, something really light. All right, so we're in our split, and we're gonna try and hop for 60 seconds, handing this between our legs. Ready, steady, and go. Jumping lunge, sort of, right? With the purpose. Good. Hand to hand. Whew. 20 more seconds, let's go. Good. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, nice work. Now the last one for 90 seconds. We have pike push-ups to a Spider-Man lunge. All right, so let's get down to the ground. We have 90 seconds. Let's do 3 pike push-ups and then Spider-Man lunge on each leg, back to 3 pike push-ups for 90 seconds. Ready, steady, go. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Pop, pop. 1, 2, 3. Good. So as you do those Spider-Man jumping lunges, you want to be more in a plank position than up in pike. Whew. All right, let's go. 2 and 3. 1 and 1, 2. Whew. All right, 15 seconds. Gaze at your toes. More shoulder work. 5 seconds. 2 and 3. And time. All right. That was a challenging first set. Holy smokes. Okay, guys. Round two. Okay, so for round two, we turn it upside down. So the first exercise we do goes for 60 seconds. The second exercise we do goes for 30 seconds. Okay, and remember that third one of each little mini circuit is a full 90 at that movement. Okay, so as we find our form breaking down, we're slowing down a little bit, particularly when we get to that star leg lift. All right, so here we go. We're starting with prisoner squats for 60 seconds. So hands up. All right, knees bent. Ready, steady, go. Drop to your knees and back up. Trying to work for 60. As I always say, we're not racing. Plant the foot, the entire foot. Now switch legs. Use your exhale to rise. Good, 2 more on this leg and then I'll switch. Good, other way now. Halfway done. Good. Then we have tricep dips, switch legs. Good, firm footing, firm footing. Last one. Okay, dips. All right, ready, steady. Let's go, tricep dips. 30 seconds. Try to use your breath here to recover your heart rate a little. Good, you got it. 5 seconds. Then we're into plank ladders. All right, find your high plank. Ready, steady, go. We got 60 seconds of plank ladders. Good work. 20 more seconds. Hop to the hands. Strong low belly. After plank ladders, we have kneeling shoulder press for 30 seconds. Let's go. Grab those dumbbells. Ready, steady, and go. Whew. I'm alternating to keep moving. And lower those dumbbells with control. All right, nice job. Last one, plank rotations for 90 seconds. All right, good work. Okay, you ready? Find your high plank. 90 seconds, rotations, go. Slow your pace down. Think about your body setup. Good work, strong lat to hip on that bottom side. Make sure that wrist gets planted under your armpit. Last 30 seconds. Add that leg lift if you can. Good work. Woo! 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. All right, we're going on to round 2. All right, so top of the order. We've got 60 seconds of prone breaststroke. Make sure that low belly is rising up to your spine. We're prone, but we're floating, and we have to stabilize the low back, not contract through it, okay? So we have prone breaststroke followed by starfish crunch. Oh, that'll be easy for 30 seconds, okay. But we got 60 seconds of swim. All right, so face down, float the legs up to your hamstrings, and let's swim, let's part the waters. Good, nice and easy. Feel the muscles in your back working. Feel your hamstrings being sturdy and solid. Make sure you're gazing down, not taking tremendous tension into your neck. You should feel this through your traps and your delts. Good work, 20 more seconds. Swim and swim. Good, roll over. Okay, nicely done. All right, starfish crunch. Low belly sinking. Good work. Nicely done. All right, let's get up. We have our heavy rows and demi squat punches. So make sure that you have the weights you need for those demi squat punches. Oh, you guys. Okay, so we're starting with a minute of heavy rows and demi squat punches after that for 30. All right, so again, you can alternate between palms facing and palms back. All right, a minute. Ready, steady, go. Breathe into that neutral spine. Your back might feel a little bit tired here because we just did a lot of breaststroke. Good. 30 more seconds. Whew. Come on. 20 seconds, let's go. Oh, all of it. I'm feeling all of it right now. Dumbbells down. All right, 30 seconds of punches. Soft knees, ready, steady, and punch. Only 30 seconds here. We'll do 15 seconds palm down, and then 15 seconds palm facing. Okay, switch, palm facing. Five, four, three, two, and one. Whew. All right, now we're down on the ground for boat pose for 90 seconds again. Okay, but this time, it's not about the chest so much as it is about the core. All right, so boat pose, neutral spine, press. Ready, steady, and go. We're going for 90 seconds. All right, so I'm starting with my heels on the ground. I'm gonna try and maintain my boat pose with heels down for 30. Overhead press. And then I'm gonna float them up for the next 30. Nice and easy. All right, legs up for 30. Legs in parallel, not kissing. Good, hold that boat. 15 seconds. Good work. Ooh, heels down. 30 more seconds. Holy smokes. 90 seconds is a brute. Come on, 15 seconds. Three, two, and one. All right, nicely done. One more round. All right, get a quick water break. All right, curtsy lunge, lateral raise, followed by split stance, alternating bicep curls. All right, so curtsy lunge, lateral raise for a minute. Make sure you have weights that you can work through for a minute. Lateral raise and then alternating bicep curls. All right, ready, steady, let's go. Curtsy lunge, lateral raise. Good. Come into it with a strong mindset. I'm here to train my core. Arms are just floating to the surface of the water. Using my exhale. Good work. Nicely done, guys. Okay, grab your dumbbells for split stance, alternating bicep curls. Ready, steady, go. Staple glutes, even eccentric and concentric. So hands are moving at the same pace. Focus on those biceps. All right, switch legs. Good, time. All right, now I'm gonna reach for lighter dumbbells for my dumbbell single leg RDLs. I got a minute here. All right, you ready? All right, lighter dumbbells or none at all. Single leg RDL for a minute. Ready, steady, let's go. I'm gonna stay with the same leg for 3. Good, all right. It's like an elevated plank. Good. Other side, nicely done. Nice and slow. Focus on those headlights pointed straight at the ground. Shoulders, hips, and knees. Good, give me one more on each leg. Excellent. Okay, grab those socks. We've got these little round things, our grippers. 30 seconds. Ready, steady, and go. Up and hand off. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whew. All right, nice job. Okay, last exercise. We have pike push-ups with the Spider-Man jump lunge. Okay, so remember, pike push-up is a down dog shape. Spider-Man lunge is high plank. So slide into your high plank, Spider-Man lunges or jump lunges, and then back to down dog. Okay, you ready? Pike, go. 1, 2, and 3. High plank, jump lunges. 1, 2, and 3. Pike push-ups, high plank, Spider-Man jump lunges. 1, 2, 3. High plank, jump, jump. 1, 2, and 3. High plank, hop, pop. Whew. All right, not bad. We got 45 more seconds. Halfway done. Whew. 30 seconds. Jump. Whew. And time. I think that might be the hardest combo I've ever done. All right, let's go ahead and allow ourselves to go into child's pose. Get those knees nice and wide, heels together. Enough so that you can feel your inner thighs stretching. And melt your torso toward the ground. I think we all took Friday off from HIIT. I'm not blaming that, but this workout was tough. Using your breath to slow down your heart rate. Good, now let's come back into tabletop. And let's go into pigeon. So drag that left knee toward the left hand, send the right leg back, crawl the left ankle toward the right hand to create a little bit of separation there, moving that femur away from the hip, and then melt your torso down. Toward the mat. Hopefully you're feeling it in that, if you're doing your left leg right now, you're feeling it in your left butt. Good, now drag the hands underneath the armpits, press the torso up and away. Now send that right leg forward toward the right hand. Crawl the ankle toward the left hand as far as you're able. Send that left leg back. Melt the torso down toward the mat. Release the grip that you're holding on to in that left leg. Good, nicely done. All right, now I'm going to take another thigh stretch. So I'm sitting on my haunches with my feet framing my glutes. And I'm gonna lean back and open my chest toward the ceiling. I've planted my palms underneath my armpits. And I'm gonna slowly start lowering myself toward the ground, getting a nice stretch in my quads. The further away my torso gets from my thighs, the more I get into my hip flexors. Good, and bring yourself back up into a seated position on your haunches. Let's bring our arms up overhead. Right hand grasps left wrist, open up to the side. Back to center, left hand grabs right wrist. Stretch open that right rib cage. Good, and now we'll do just a little kneeling poodle skirt. All right, that was a lot of shoulder work today, guys, and a lot of cardio. So hopefully you got some good benefit from our workout today. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you Wednesday. Bye.